You have to pay attention today. Most people are asleep, but right now, my friends, meme coins are pumping hard. We nailed a 16x trade just yesterday, and there's many more X's to come today, right now. At this exact moment, we're seeing massive rotations into low caps, while the large caps quietly gear up for the next breakout. The crowd thinks what? It thinks it's over, but they're about to miss the next 1000x. And so in today's video, I'm gonna break down 8 of the most important meme coins on the market, from battle-tested giants with 100x upside to insanely early plays showing 1676x potential. This is where the next fortunes are gonna be made, and if you fade this, you're giving away your edge. So stick around to the final charts because these might be the biggest sleepers of the year. Do me a favor, press that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, let's get on to it. No time to waste today because everything is going and pumping hard. Here we are, my friends, with a banger trade we nailed yesterday, which was startup. Look at this, 1676% trade. So my take profit was 35 million. I took some profits. It's at all-time highs. I think it's going to go higher, but first I think it's going to correct. Just as I predicted yesterday, going to probably print some type of cup and handle, and I think there's a good likelihood that it retouches 28 and possibly even 20 million market cap. So if you don't have any, don't FOMO buy here. Just wait for your entry in your cup and handle. Take some profits if you have been in this trade since yesterday. Market is looking amazing. It's looking actually wonderful. So let's go on to the next. Then, my friends, we have Whift. Whift is a very important one to chart today so that we completely understand what's going on. It's very important to understand Whift right now. Let me explain. So we are here on the weekly, and on the weekly, as you can see, Whift just had its initial pump to a billion market cap, and then it corrected as these coins usually do. So what we saw in Whift is standard procedure, okay? Pump and then correction. But this kind of limp pump was just the beginning. Let's zoom in a little bit on the daily. On the daily, as you can see, this was the accumulation range for Whift when we were buying at the beginning of the show months ago, below 500 million market cap. It's now at 800 million market cap. Here's the thing, it's on this upward trend line still since beginning of April. This line got touched 2 times. It may even go for a 3rd touch, but the truth is it's a good buy here. Whift is at a good price, and I'm pretty convinced that it's a good buy here because it's just following this massive upwards trend line that has acted as support quite a few times. Now here's what I think is going to happen to it. It's here, it's going to touch a billion market cap, maybe act as a resistance again. Once it breaks through, there's no stopping. I think it's going to go straight to 2 billion market cap. There's going to encounter some resistance there at the 5th of January of 2025 resistance. This is going to be a bearish fair value gap, and then after we break above that, I'm pretty convinced that Whift is going to go higher, straight to 3.73 billion market cap at this 12th of December 2024 resistance, and then it's just going to break new all-time highs. Then on to the next, we have PopCat. PopCat is on a similar path to Whift, to be honest, but there's a difference here. The Whift chart looks a little bit more bullish, but I think PopCat has more potential. I think it's even going to be a better trade. Essentially, from the prices it's at right now, I'm pretty convinced that you can get almost a 3x, okay, a 2.6, 2.7, upwards of a 3x actually, with size. Look at the LP, almost 10 million in the LP. It's also on an upwards trend line. It didn't pump as much as Whift. It corrected a little bit harder, but it just came to this bullish fair value gap at 240 million market cap, and I think it's now bouncing. I don't think it's going to touch again. I think it's going to go upwards now, and it's going to print some type of V-shaped recovery. That's what I'm seeing when it comes to Whift. A V-shaped type recovery, higher lows. These are higher lows from the 100 million market cap lows. This is the bullish fair value gap. I would say cheap PopCat anywhere between 326 and 214. Okay, anywhere. If you're buying here at this bullish fair value gap, you're buying cheap PopCat, and I think most of you are going to regret once PopCat goes. To me, this is the only major resistance, which was resistance here in the 29th of April, also in the 6th of June. It was a bunch of resistance all throughout June and July and September 2024. Once it breaks this at 720 million market cap, I don't think there's going to be much resistance until all-time highs. I think it might be quick, and it might be also some type of U-shaped recovery and then do a cup and handle and then continue. But that's what I'm seeing when it comes to PopCat. I'm very bullish PopCat, by the way. If you want to trade any of these and leave limit orders, you got to use Padre. It's incredibly simple. There's a link in the description down below. By the way, that's the only way that you can join our private group. You have to start trading on these platforms like ICM, like Padre. These are the best, but Padre has a very clear edge that none of these others have, which is when you're trading, you go say buy the dip. Let's say we want to trade PopCat and you want to buy a little bit deeper. You click on buy the dip, drag to the point you want, and you can immediately set your exit strategy. I want to take profits after 200%, and I want a stop loss at minus 33%. That's it. You only have to buy something once, set your entire strategy once, and you don't have to do anything else. The entire platform does everything for you. And also, if you join on Padre, you're going to be able to join our private group. There's very special news coming very soon. I think you guys are going to like it. So please join Padre so you can enter my private community, which is going to be free. Continuing on, another one that we nailed on the show that I know a lot of people are up, a lot of people are winning on this one is Hoso. And the main reason is useless. I mean, look at the useless chart. Useless is basically basically gonna go to what, 300 million market cap. I wouldn't buy it here. I think you're crazy if you're buying useless at 237 million market cap. The LP is 3.5 million in the liquidity pool. Here's what's interesting about this LP. Others like 𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗏, etc., they went to 4.5 and that was the top. So this may even push a little bit higher, but I wouldn't be buying here. I think it's too much. And I think you're crazy if you're buying this coin here, to be honest. But Hoso is still a better play to useless. I've been saying this for 2 weeks, I think. You had 2 weeks to buy Hoso below 20 million market cap. Okay, you could even have bought Hoso on this upwards trend line. You could have even caught it at 13, 14, 15, and it's now going at 35 million market cap. I even told you guys yesterday, like at 30 million market cap, like that's the end of the last resistance. Once it breaks through, once it goes, that's over. You still had this dip that went back to 25 million market cap. Now it's at 35. It's going to go straight to all-time highs. It's going to do a U-type shaped recovery. I think a cup and handle pattern, and then it continues. But this one, I'm not going to sell everything at all-time highs. I'm going to wait and see if I'm going to sell 20, maybe 30% of my bags, or if I'm going to take 80% plus and then re-enter on the cup and handle pattern. I'm still undecided when it comes to Hoso because I'm really bullish Hoso. But yeah, it's looking amazing, recovered 33% on the daily, and I think it's going to continue higher and higher and higher. Useless, when it corrects, when useless starts correcting, the money is going to flow into Hoso because it's part of the same bonk meta. So the same people behind Hoso are the same people behind useless, and they're going to pump Hoso after. So I think a lot of money, millions of dollars from useless are going to flow into Hoso, and we have positioned ourselves before the herd. Then another one that is, I think, definitely going to pump and is at support is 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛𝗏. Okay, it went to the 1 fib line trend based fib at 11 million market cap. I think it's going to go higher. Once I saw the news, Iran, etc., I did take some profits on some of these coins, but I re-entered 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗏 today because it's at support. It's at a very obvious, very strong support. So this, look, previous resistance and top, previous resistance and top, previous resistance and top, all on this upwards trend line. And these 3 previous resistance and tops are now support. Do you think it's going to hold? I do. Looks to me like a very, very strong bullish fair value gap. Very, very strong support. You're buying at half the price it was on the 24th of June. I think it's the fair price. I don't think it's going to go any lower. I think these days where you could get 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗏 for 4 million market cap are gone. You should have been watching the show. And I'm pretty convinced that from here you can get minimum 134% trade. So a 2.3x, even higher. I think it's going to go to the 2, maybe even the 3 fib. So we're talking 25, 26, 32 million market cap or something like 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗏. But I would take profits at the 1.6 fib. The 1.6 fib is very important. A lot of meme coins top at the 1.6 fib trend extension. So that's where I think you should take most of your profits and then let them roll a little bit more into the 2.6. Also, Troll predicted yesterday it broke through this major trend line that was acting as a resistance. Once it broke through, it's basically telling us it has a ton of strength and it wants to pump. That's what it's telling us. It broke, it came back down, gave everyone an entry, and now it's going. Look at this green candle, massive green candle. Troll is showing a lot of strength. I think Troll is a better meme coin than useless. It's a better meme coin even than Hoso. I re-entered with more size on Troll because I'm pretty convinced that this is where the gains are going to be. Liquidity wise, it's at 1 million market cap, not too much. So yeah, I'm convinced it's going to go from 20. It's probably going to go to 15x, print a new all-time high, then maybe correct and continue higher and higher and higher. So yeah, I'm very bullish Troll, and I think this is just the beginning of the trend line. Look, just before I move on to the next, look at the entire Troll chart. Price was compressing. It was just reaccumulating after 40 million run, massive run. We entered very low at like 2 million market cap, and then now broke that trend line. Okay, this is a multi-month trend line. It just broke it. I think it's going to be explosive for Troll. Very, very explosive. I'm incredibly bullish Troll, to be completely honest. And now finally we have SPX. SPX is always important. U-type shaped recovery, cup and handle. I mean, how more bullish do you want a coin to be, a chart to be? When I say U-type shaped recovery and then cup and handle, this is what I mean. This exact pattern here. This is one of the most bullish patterns you can see in all of crypto. If you see a U-type shaped recovery, I think it's even more bullish than a V-type shaped recovery with a little bit of a tighter angle, but V-type shaped recovery is usually correct in a harsher fashion. U-type shaped recoveries are more natural and organic, and this is the type of pattern I guarantee you, like the biggest traders in crypto, they're buying SPX. Okay, this is the bottom, and from here it's gonna pump hard. It's gonna like overextend to 2 billion, 4 billion very fast. So position yourself accordingly. I think I gave you guys a ton of alpha today. These are all amazing charts. If you want to join my private, you got to be on 𝗿𝗏𝗾𝗏. This is the best place to trade meme coins on chain, ICMs, AI plays, anything on chain. This is the best one, especially on Solana. There's a link down below. There's a link in the description. Join it so you can get into my private group, which is going to be free. And this is it, guys. This was the show. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow with more alpha, and I'm going to update you guys on all these trades that I think are going to pump hard. Bye. See you guys tomorrow.